So I've simplified the code from the last lesson. Now we have a single box, and when we hover over it, it rotates 45 degrees clockwise. So here's my implementation. Now this transition happens so quickly, so suddenly, but this is not how the real world works. In the real world, when we throw a ball, it doesn't disappear from one place and suddenly appears somewhere else. There's always an animation going on. So here we can use the transition property to animate one or more properties. Note that we have to apply this property to the box element, not to the hover state. So here we want to animate the transform property because this is the property we're updating when we hover over our box. So we type transform, then we specify the duration for this animation. Let's say half a second. Now, when we hover over this, we get this beautiful animation. Now, optionally, we can supply a timing function. The default function is linear, which means the animation is going to progress at a linear rate. But we also have ease in. With this, the animation starts slowly and then progresses quickly. Let's see if you can see the difference. So, see? Slow, quick. All right. We also have ease out, which is the opposite. So the animation starts quickly and then slows down. Then we can also specify a custom curve using the cubic Bezier function. If you go to cubic-bezier.com, you can create a custom cubic Bezier curve. So over here, we have this curve. We can move these points around to change how our animation is going to progress, and then compare it with one of the built-in timing functions. So here's the linear function, here's ease in, ease out, and so on. So over here, we can see the comparison of this custom curve with the linear function. So let's click on go. Here's what happens. So the box with linear animation progresses at a linear rate, but this other box, the animation starts very quickly, then slows down, and then speeds up. So if this is what you like, then you simply copy this curve and paste it over here. Now in this lesson, I'm going to keep things simple and just use the linear function. Now optionally, we can also specify a delay. So we can say this animation should start 1 second after we hover over our box. So take a look. 1 second, and then the animation started. We can also animate multiple properties. For example, let's say when we hover over this box, we want to change the background to Dodger blue. Now, over here, we can type multiple properties to animate. For this demo, I'm going to keep things even simpler. So we don't need a delay or a timing function. We just want to say that the transform property should change in half a second. Then we type a comma, followed by the second property we want to animate, in this case, background. Now here we can use the same duration or a different duration. It doesn't really matter. It really depends on what you want to create. So with this, now when we hover over this box, we get this beautiful animation.